If you got to pick one video game that you would live in for the rest of your life, what game would you pick and why? Farming Simulator 2015. It's basically how I live anyway. It's basically how I live anyway. You're stuck in the year 2015? KSP Kerbal Space Program. With a budget like that, exploring the solar system is going to be a piece of cake. Losing a few astronauts also isn't that much of a problem anymore. If I die, it will at least be awesome. A dating sim. You are now in the Doki Doki Literature Club universe. Edit. Beware, this is actually a fantastic game you should play without knowing anything about, and there are now spoilers in the replies. Hatterful pigeon it is. Elite Dangerous. I can fly a spaceship all day every day and make billions of credit doing it. Count me in. Assuming Ganondorf is taken care of, I could live in Kakiri Forest. Edit. I am also fine with Kakariko Village, or maybe a nice little cabin on Lake Hylia. In my mind I was thinking of Ocarina of Time, but any of the other iterations is fine as well. Same but with Hateno Village, seems like a cozy-ass place to settle down. The Sims basically life, but I'll motherload my way to the top. But every time you cook you face a grave danger, well, unless you're doing it for the 10,000th time and have the best possible mood. Sims face more dangers than not having enough money. That said, if you can cheat there's nothing CAS, reset object, trait removal can't fix. Edit. For those who don't know, many things, illnesses, etc. are tagged on your sim as hidden traits, hence the trait removal cheat can pretty much get rid of any bad long-term condition. Yes, this includes things like teenage phases or being cursed. Format. Traits, remove _ trait name, sim ID, don't include the quotes, sim ID is optional, it means you can perform this cheat on other than the currently played sim. It's how you do age townies, for example. You can get the sim ID by using sims, gets I mid by name, first name, last name, though an easier way is to simply have a Tarsan2 show, search sim info mod and perform the show info. Interaction on the target sim. Mass Effect. 100%. Space exploration, high technology, biotics, Asari, what's not to love? Obviously I'd want to live either a lifetime before or some time after the whole Reaper thing. Edit. Lots of people saying that living before the Reapers wouldn't be good, or if I was in the ME universe but before the Reapers, I'd still end up in that war since it's a fairly short time frame. That's why I also said, or some time after. Keep in mind that humanity survives in the Milky Way, and recovery progress was already being made. Not everyone jumped ship, as it were, to Andromeda. Also, since this is a hypothetical, I believe I reserve the right to end up in the circumstances of my choice for this universe transfer. Cheeky smiley face. Only if I was guaranteed to not live in poverty though. Think of how many people live and die in the gang-controlled slums of Omega or places like that. Middle to upper class family on the Citadel with the possibility of going out and traveling the galaxy. Yeah, sign me the fuck up. All the top comments were maybe, for me, but as soon as I saw Mass Effect I felt ashamed for not thinking of it sooner. I'm sure if you were born into that setting it would be mundane, but to be teleported there with your current mind and memories and just walking around the Citadel would be transcendent, sorta like in Interstellar when Cooper wakes up in the hospital to his grandkids on a space station around Jupiter. Splatoon, because it's just our world but we can shape-shift and everyone is really competitive about paintball and talk to fish. I'm not sure I'd want to live in a world where water at best incapacitates you for approximately 5 seconds on contact and at worst kills you, yet there's still waterways and swimming pools everywhere. Growing up I always wanted to live in the Pokémon world. Pokémon Gold and Silver would give me the greatest options for travel, plus the evil team isn't trying to destroy the world or anything, which is a plus. Nice. Which Pokémon would you have to be the one that was kept outside the Pokéball? Just imagine being able to fly with Charizard. Even better if it is shiny. RuneScape. Lots to do, and I saw a post that estimated the map to be a bit bigger than the size of Singapore, so plenty of time to wander around killing cows and mining shit. You can do those things in Singapore too. Definitely RuneScape. Such a diverse and quirky little world. There's a land for everyone. A true adventurer's world. You could simply retire and settle down somewhere special to you. Maybe it was close to home, you put up a farm in Lumbridge and get to see off the new waves of adventurers. Perhaps help a few who stumble across your farm, or maybe you keep to yourself. Maybe you found a nice foreign land. You like the serenity of the mountains, the elevations, trees, springs, waterfalls and cool seasons. There's a ton of mountain ranges to call home. Perhaps, the sun's eternal burn on the desert sands calls to you. Or, the darkness and mysterious happenings of the swamplands. Or maybe you're a man of the ocean. Plenty of ports and water, there's plenty of options for you. Maybe you befriended another species. They're plenty in Gilnor. Elves, ogres, dwarves. Even some of the human lots tend to get a bit foreign. And AMP, #X200B, or maybe you specialize in something, and become a ranking guild member or even a headmaster or an independent patron of the arts. Maybe you like farming, fishing, crafting, magic. There's guilds galore. And there's no reason there cannot be more than one. Or perhaps you otherwise get involved with an organization or kingdom. Maybe you never made it very far from Misthalin on your own. But you were a loyal white knight of Falador. And through the agency of the kingdom of Asgaria, you traveled far and wide, and made many close friends along the way. Maybe you become a merchant king, amassing wealth that transcends the kingdoms themselves. Maybe you could start financing nations and start a banking empire. Even possible that you go far. Very far. You have battled with deities and have left no story unturned in the land. You have been not only far and wide, but you have witnessed the passing of ages. You are a master of all the dimensions of the world, and as such transcend the roots of your origins and take your place as a servant of the gods themselves. Or perhaps even further. Rise to status of godhood yourself. Alas, Guthix was slain. Who will take his place as the god of balance? Who will remedy the chaos of Zamorak and the order of Sarasoman? But even should one not be able to rise to the level of these gods, they grow old. And there will always be another generation, such is the nature of things. Time goes forward like this, what happens next but the result of the work done by those who play? As a strong player, you have the ability to influence the path of the world itself. And, what is a god but one who creates the world? Perhaps you gain such glory, that it is favored by the elder gods. Those who transcend the boundaries of space and time. Transcend the game itself. The creators of the creators. Whose powers are truly infinite. In any case. No matter what path you chose. All things are possible. Maybe you end up just kicking it with your boys, just chillin', fishing and shooting the shit till the end of days. That's as good an ending as any. Wouldn't you say? Wii Sports, because I don't want to die some gruesome death, I just wanna live popping off dingers and bowling turkeys the rest of my sweet looking avatar life. Getting your ass beaten by that boxing legend is worse than dying. In that case I'm going to Wii Sports Resort baby. Hang gliding and all that shit. Leisure Suit Larry. Plot twist, you're one of the characters that Larry is pursuing and he won't stop until he gets what he's after. Gary's mod, basically I can do everything I want. Dark RP would be a trip though. Before you guys decide, keep in mind that you're not necessarily the protagonist. Imagine you're an NPC. Skyrim would be a fucking nightmare if you're not the Dragonborn or a Jarl. Even an NPC could always elect to become an adventurer. So they would end up just like the Dragonborn without shouts. The game is definitely playable without using shouts at all, so you could probably do pretty well if you knew what you were doing. You might even be able to learn how to shout if you put your mind to it. Ulfric wasn't Dragonborn and he could shout. Just couldn't absorb dragon souls to learn them instantly. Pokemon, just traveling about catching Pokemon is a dream. Everyone is just so friendly, too. Like, hey, thanks for listening to me talk for 3 seconds, take this valuable trademark. I hope you don't live within the closest 1,000 kilometers to a Magcargo. Breath of the Wild. Even if it was just the Zora domain. One of the most chill places I've seen in a game. Water slides. Monsters, adventuring, magical weapons, and elf-eared girls. Sign me up. I would say Witcher 3 but be afraid of being a side character that fucking dies all the time. I was gonna say Witcher 3 especially. Tucson, but only if I can be a sorceress, witcher or higher vampire or something. Not one of those piss-poor villagers that dies by a drowner attack. Definitely not Minesweeper. Back in the army I got sent to Minesweeper training. Straining my ears to hear the faintest little whine did not instill great faith in the equipment. What I got out of it is that using a Minesweeper is a lot like taking a hearing test, but if you get it wrong you get blown up. Fuck that. Fuck mines, fuck minefields, fuck the sweepers. I want no part in any of it. Since it is the rest of your life, Skyrim would be nice if you were the Dragonborn and knew the shit you shouldn't do and amp #X200B and amp #X200B, edit. Spelling. Absolutely destroy and dominate ancient dragons in single combat. Get wrecked by one saber cat. Alright, who TF wished for Plague Inc? You, Zortix. Dead or alive. Extreme Beach Volleyball. They made it so that it could be played one-handed too. Carrot, I'm actually serious. They really did. Edit. The collector's edition came with a bandana to wipe off all that sweat. Carrot, again, not kidding. Are there any dudes on that island except Zach? Animal Crossing because it's fun and nice and peaceful. Not to mention interest-free loans with no deadline to pay it back by. So excited for Friday. Stardew Valley. Just gimme my chill farm and super friendly townsfolk, I'm happy. Try walking around distributing pine cones, not everyone is super friendly. Hi Shane, good morning, why the fuck are you talking to me? Who are you? Edit. Goddamn, y'all really hate my boy Shane. Chrono Trigger. Time travel, magic, a robot buddy, and a badass chick friend with a tail. I can get away without speaking at all too. Perfect. Animal Crossing, no doubt. It would be so easy to make money and pay my debts. Life would be chill. Escape to nature. Easy. Minecraft, I can build shit and am with friends, smiley face. Who needs friends when you can breed an unstoppable army of 800 dogs? It would be great until you get shot by a skeleton off a ledge and then blown up by a creeper. GTA 5, and only because it's almost like real life but better. And it's pretty cheap to be revived after crashing a fighter jet into a bridge. The cops even seem to forget your past crimes after one of these miracle resurrections. You can take an ambulance to the hospital and be cured of major injuries, and it only costs $5,000. Way better than real life. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Who wouldn't want to live in Star Wars universe? Who wouldn't? Probably people on Alderaan, or Taris, or Apatros, or Qatar, or Ruuzan, or Ambria, or Ossus, or Telos, or Biss, or if you get infested with a brainworm, or if you get dragged away by a Krena spider, or if you fall into a Sarlacc, or if you get your soul absorbed by a Leviathan, or if your name is Bevel Lemelisk, or if you look out at hyperspace too long and go crazy from hyperrapture, or if you get stuck forever in a dimension called other space, or people that have encountered a Belith, or people infected by Operation Blackwing, or people that have encountered Star Weirds, or people that have been tortured endlessly by the Mingal Mingal. Star Wars is an absolute nightmare. Detroit, become human but after the androids are accepted into society ending. Always thought it would be cool to have a robot friend, lol. Minecraft, theoretically an infinite amount of things to do. Minecraft with mods. EVE Online, without a doubt. Nigh on a mortal character that can fly spaceships with their mind, are respawned when killed through clones, and learn new things by injecting them into their head. It would be a trip. Really, if I were in the EVE universe as it exists via the game, it seems like the sensible thing to do is to just stay in safe space and mine for 1,000 years saving up money. I'd just spend that whole time reading and playing games. After long enough I could afford to buy an entire star system of my choice and outfit it with enough defenses to make it nearly impossible for someone to invade. Edit. Spelling. EVE is a great choice if you get to be a capsular. If you're a random person, however, the chances of getting blow up, captured, or locked away in a cargo container by some crazy capsular who likes to haul around cargo containers of various people is too high. Doom. Unless you're the Slayer, you are absolutely fucked. Subnautica. I've spent over 300 hours playing that stunningly beautiful game, mostly just exploring and building. I still don't want to leave. All alone on a gorgeous ocean world with abundant resources and nobody else around to bother me. Sign me the fuck up. Hell. That sounds like hell. I don't understand how anyone can play this game and find it chill. It's taken me months to get to the Blood Kelp area, and I have to scurry back to safety after a few minutes, essentially when I feel a panic attack coming on. Subnautica is the most intense and terrifying game I have ever played by a considerable margin. I love it, but actually trying to survive there in real life and not being able to turn it off would be horrible. Red Dead Redemption *2. I want to be a cowboy on the open range. I'd have said Red Dead 2, but my black ass would probably not have a good time during that time period. No Man's Sky because Pretty Planet Exploration Edit. Thank you so much for the award, smiley face. I've only been on here for a couple of days, so it's very cool to see some appreciation, smiley face. And Lieutenant 3. Skyrim, not a hero's life but a being a farmer just outside of Whiterun. You 100% know the Dragonborn is going to waltz into your city and brutally murder you and your family for funsies. CUS, you're not an essential NPC. I'd say Zelda Breath of the Wild. The vast expanses and ability to go anywhere, the gathering, hunting your own ingredients and cooking. Shield boarding and gliding would be seriously fun. Horseback riding through the pastures.